Oh, dang. Hey, what's up, everybody? As soon as I start this, welcome back to the channel, but let me step away for just 1 second. I gotta turn my lights on here. All right, not that it adds that much, but a little bit of color to this boring background of my basement, so. uh, anyways, what's going on, y'all? I'm just gonna sit here like normal at the beginning of my streams because we stream direct. Make sure I went live. Yeah, we're live, so that's good. I'm gonna pull up my chat here. Hey, what's up, Comfy Corner? I'll pull my chat up here. So I have it on a larger scale off to the side if I miss anything, although by popular vote, which was a whole 4 people, I did only put it out like an hour and a half ago. Um, I think we're going to go back to some livery creating tonight. It was either that or Daily C. So yeah, we're gonna finish up what we were doing last night. I gotta get this thing done. My face might go away for a second. I'm gonna put some music in my ear. I didn't do that last night. All right. I'm pretty sure Spotify doesn't show up on your guys' end, so I won't get copyrighted. And I'm gonna listen to a little Tribe in my own ears while I do this, because last night was a little dull for me. At least you guys, if you want to, you can open up more tabs or switch to somebody else if you get bored. Me, I got just myself here to talk to and you guys, so sometimes it helps to have a little music on in the background. I normally, when I'm not streaming it, I play music. But yeah, we're gonna finish this, and then we're gonna go finish the group 3. Hopefully, I do both of those quick, because then I'm gonna start on something new. This is almost done, even though one side I don't have anything on. I just got to duplicate it. I think I'm gonna be on the NSX again. I got another request on NSX that I got to do. Yeah, I can't do like online. I won't run much with music on in the background. But if I do anything else, I will. Online, I feel like I gotta concentrate a little more. I don't know if I saved these things and I didn't. Anyway, how's your night? You gotta be warming up. Gotta be warming up down there too, huh? I finally started getting a little bit nicer weather here. Man, I remember I had to look forever for this decal I'm looking for. Let's just... We can make these two work. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to make sure when I upgrade my headset eventually to make sure everything will work how I want it to. I still have this old headset plugs into my controller and everything. One day I'll upgrade. I mean, heck, I need a new controller. I was complaining last night about stick drift while I was doing these liveries. Not that one. Where is it? This. It needed to be black. There is a decal in there that puts both of these together. I don't remember what page it's on, and there's 15 pages, and I don't feel like looking through them right now. So we'll just do it ourselves by eyeballing it. Hey, Rob. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Gotta skew both of these a little more to go with the top. Although the shell's pretty close, but I hope you're well, Rob. I always appreciate it. Especially there's a lot of people out there who are streaming a little more than just doing a livery, so I do like Deep Forest, so a bit of me was like, I don't mind playing that, but I'm only going to do one because If I do Deep Forest, I want to do it on my alt account, not this account. I don't want to mess with this account, so I haven't grinded the race enough. And to jump in a daily at this time of the week, the aliens are going to be aliening it out. I ain't got no time for that. Hey, Warzone, welcome back again today. Tonight it is now. This might be one of the. I probably have done it before, but I don't go back to back very often with my streams. But I'm solo dadding it right now, which also means my evenings are not taken up hanging out with the wife. So, when that, that normally tops my list of where I go on an evening basis, kids and wife, and in game every few nights. So when she's gone, it's like, well, I got nothing else to do now. All right, back of the car. Let's see. I did the numbers here. Do that duplicate and replace we were working on last night. And put those other layers on. I know I talked about it last night. And though sometimes people will label them 1, 2, 3 or whatever. I mean, you can tell what's base, what's middle, what's not, but just some other names. This person named it Shadow. Obviously, that's going to be your base. Outline, and then fill. Fill is almost always the last one. A lot of people name them, fill and base or fill and outline, or if there's only two. So that's some things to look at if you're looking for these type of decals. All the time, Fife. You on point tip. I think I switched this to gold, this to black, left that white. I did this Fanatec logo here to kind of balance it. White and hey, thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate it. Nice. I would look forward to that, man. I don't know if I subbed you or not, but I thought I went to channel, not channel activity. But appreciate it. Yeah, man. I mean, so many people ask me about liveries and stuff, so I try, and that's why I also have the Octane, the livery series, a little bit shorter form videos that I'm kind of messing around with starting. I don't have much for editing software, so I kind of just do it live off the cuff and hope I don't screw up while I'm talking. But those are a little easier to digest than live streams. It's nice doing these live streams, just people can ask questions and stuff. But it's harder for me if somebody asks me a question in somebody else's chat to be like, hey, go to this live stream at an hour and a half in. So I'm also doing those too. So make sure you look out for those. Those are helpful. Anybody who leaves comments, I'm going to try to take those ideas and do videos if they're not already on my video radar, my idea radar, I should say. That won't work. We got to move this down because I actually, on the other car, put it here. I did a layer above because I just wanted the wording on the back. I left my wallet in El Segundo. And then I kind of just masked it off. But then I need to make sure those other logos are on top of it. So it kind of looks. I need to move it over a little bit. Yeah, I mean, and I stream straight from the PlayStation 5, so like I get it. I don't have the high tech either, and I don't I can't get myself to do the editing on the PlayStation. They have a I've used it before. They have an editing thing on PlayStation, but it's kind of hard and clunky to use compared to what it probably is by people who use like software on computers and stuff. I need to move it a little more over. I moved it too much, I think. That's good. So yeah, it's kind of like my I'll release daily race videos here or there. And I literally just uh, cut. I forgot the exact words. Trim. I literally just trim from the beginning to end. I don't edit. Like it. It is the most basic. The basic content. Like it's hard saying I'm actually creating content because I'm just uploading. I started the channel because I wanted to save my own races to watch later, but like you only have so much space on your own PlayStation. So I started it just by I wanted to upload my own stuff. And then after a while, I was like, well, screw it. Enough people said, hey, you should just stream. Just stream. I was like, all right, fine. I did a few streams, and then I found a cheap PlayStation 5 camera somebody was selling. They had never opened it, and they're selling it for like $20. I was like, whatever, I'll show my ugly mug. Share Factory, there we go. Share Factory, thank you. That's exactly what I was. That's exactly the name of it. I haven't used it now for a while. I did a few. Let's duplicate that on the other side just so I get the angle. Um, I did a few when I did my sugar series, which it started off with like had like 4 candy liveries I did at one time, and then I used Share Factory to just rotate them and go to the next one and the next one and the next one, like 4 of them in a row, which is all I did. Very basic, but like I released all of those liveries at one time, and I haven't used it since, and I haven't done that series since. It's useful, but it does feel a teeny bit clunky. I can only imagine software isn't as clunky on computers and such, but so what I try to do on stuff like this is if they're a little different on both sides, because you don't need to do the same logos on both sides, I just try to balance the size and feel a little bit so they don't seem too far off. Just like the Fanatec and the 13, I try to balance the size a little bit. They're not going to be exactly the same, but just a feel. And again, that's personal preference too on how it looks. So, all right, we finished the wing. We got the back. We need to duplicate everything to the left or the right side of the car. But do I have anything else I need to finish? On the group 3, I did this underneath decal with the squares. I faded it on like some of these black sections in gold. I think I might get rid of that. It's just too much. I like the cleanness without it, I think. So I'm not going to add them on this one, and I think I'm going to take them off. I do know a couple last things. I need to go to the very bottom underneath everything but the the squares we're just talking about and add a little bit. I have some more gold trim pieces on the other one just to help the gold pop. Um, can I kick it? I think that does all right. It's not bad. Does look a little different weighted when you see it wrap. So I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. I think we'll do the next part on top. So let's duplicate that. The other side. Yeah. Anyways, the person I'm doing this for requested. Hey, Captain Howdy, welcome back. It is going pretty well. I'm finishing up what I said I would hopefully finish last night. We're getting to it now, and then I'm gonna go and finish up the group 3 that I haven't shown on stream, and then I might start another one. Actually, we'll see how long it goes here. That is not showing up here. We're gonna have to just start a new one. But yeah, we're just putting some finishing touches on here. How's your day been? It's there above. Just adding a little bit of splashes of this bronzy gold in a few places. Hey man, I know it doesn't come natural to a lot of people, and even I struggle myself. Hold on one sec. I have Spotify in my ear. You guys can't hear it. And holy crap, it went to I don't have Spotify Premium. I went to ads. It went to an ad, a commercial, and it got super loud in my ear. Anyways, I even struggle sometimes with it, to be honest with you. What I do is like there's a lot of times randomly this stuff is on my mind. I'll be driving around and see something and it'll spark something or colors will spark something. So, you know, just randomly find it in my opinion. But even though it feels like I have that, I struggle with it too. So, you're not the only one. Where's this one? If I get to the completely new one, you guys will see, which I've done before on a live stream, you'll see the whole process of it's not as easy as it's gone like on this. Or I should have duplicated that before I left. There we go. Okay. I think I have all of those over here. No, I need the top left fender one. This one. But sometimes I'll start putting stuff on liveries and I hate the way it looks. I scrap it. Yeah, and I'll say another thing on top of that, on top of Ozzy is sometimes, you know, simple with placing decals nicely works really well. You don't need to be this excessive. Like, this is, kind of excessive. I've seen even more excessive. Um, but yeah, the more you do it, you know, and you'll start creating a style that you like. You'll start doing other styles. I'll be honest, the one you can't you actually missed it. That's actually two. This one is two. There is one, by the way, like this out there somewhere. There's 15 pages, and I didn't feel like finding it. I'll show you on group, the group three. I have one. I actually placed it back here. I did this section a little different on the group three. Um, I didn't feel like I had as much space to do it exactly the same here, so I didn't. But I have the shell logo back here. I'm pretty sure it's exactly like this except one logo. I had to do that in two though. All right. I'm gonna go down. Oh, I already am down. I'm gonna go up. Just kidding. I'm gonna go down. I want to put all this stuff on the other side. Like I said last night to people who were here, when it comes to sponsor decals, I like working on one side of the car first because if I move stuff around, I can just I don't have to move it in two spots then. You won't be able to, Captain, because if you duplicated it symmetrically, it'd be backwards. So like in that case, like if you want to do something like that, you either have to look for it and hope somebody's created it both ways. I know there's some like Advan logos and stuff like that. I just know Advan because I use Yokohama and Advan a lot. Um, but and there's a lot of shell logos out there, so they could have done it backwards, but not always. So sometimes if you want to do stuff like that and you can't find one, two logos like I did. So yeah, this is two logos in this case. One logo you won't be able to do it because yeah, the only way to do it is duplicating symmetrically, and that means all of your lettering is going to be backwards. The shell will be in the right spot that you want it, but um, so yeah, there's no way except trying to find. If you do find one logo and they have it, well, two logos, but the shell and the V power is in one on both. If you find two, yeah, you could do that too. That's definitely a way masking. I've done the masking before, and that is the only time you get in trouble with masking is if like you're using the special paint color and that's where you're putting the logo, like this blue. Yeah, you can't match the blue with any decal you put down because it's a special paint. And if it's on that, you get screwed. You basically have to abandon that idea because you can't mask over it like you're saying. No, it does. Yeah, you switched it by masking over the logo and then placing another logo over the top. Yeah. Anyways, if you do find them where it's one full logo, but they actually have both versions where the shell would be in front, just do the duplicate and replace thing we talked about last night. Yeah, that's my least favorite part, Captain Howdy. There's so many things I want to do because I love using base special colors. Because a lot of times I use in the the paint, the decal texture, but the paint I like using semi gloss decals on top of like candy metallic or chrome. It kind of gives it that little bit of pop when it's out in the sun in places, and then you can put transparent stuff or like this random fade of these squares or something over the top to also kind of give another texture to it. Texture, everything's smooth, but it kind of has that texture feel. Um, so that is a struggle. Like, there's some things you have to work around, and I agree, Howdy. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to just pick it, especially because we have to pay credits. We have to pay credits for it. let us use it. But I also get mad when it says that the whole body, every single part is filled with that special color, but you can't make like the wings, the front like splitter wings, the front splitter itself. A lot of them you can't even make the special color. The side trim over here, this is supposed to be the special color, but it's carbon. Yeah, it really, really would be helpful, Ozzy. That is one thing it might be my biggest thing. I wish we could make decals special colors. At very minimum, let us use the preset decals in special colors. If they don't want to let us put them on uploaded ones, I could just give us that. I'd love it for both. Don't get me wrong, but like, don't want to ask for too much. All right. We already duplicated that. Let's get the number on the other side. We're gonna have to move this after we get it over there, but let's just. I had to do this on the other one too, just because of how the number comes. I don't want it to really go over that part. So what I do, since I have these already, is I use the D-pad in this case. When I'm on the base layer, I use the D-pad to go over, let's say 1. And then I can do this layer over 1 and this layer over 1. And so now it moved the whole thing over 1 to still line up. It moves it the exact same amount. Let me put the 6 sigma there, and then I might move it over a little more. I know on the... We're going to move all of those over 1 more. Oops, that's the wrong side. You can eyeball it too, which is the way, which is the way I did it when I started. But then I learned that just like the D-pad is the exact same amount on decals that are similar, like they're supposed to be layered. So I just moved it all over to get it away from my little whatever gold trim you want to call that piece up there. So what's a scenario? And sometimes when you do move them over, these sponsor decals to the other side, you still have to play with them to make them space because, they're different. A lot of times I would move this TAR back to the other side and make it the same logo. I like the way the weight of it feels, so I'm keeping it the same on both sides. Like this. I just made smaller and moved it a little bit. Yeah, I think sometimes too, I think it's the cameras even. I've replaced. I've had weird things with what just felt like the camera wouldn't, it didn't default in the middle, which bugged the crap out of me. It made no sense. Like when you're looking from the front or the back, even though I'm pretty sure there are times like I don't do a lot of decals on the mirrors, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll do fades. Sometimes I'll put some kind of sponsor logo like right on top here. This car I didn't do a lot. I didn't do anything on. There's a lot of mirrors because of where you're sitting in a driver's seat in a car. There's a lot of mirrors that aren't symmetrical at all. Yeah. Well, and so here's one thing, Howdy, because there are cars like that. So without specifically knowing, I don't know if that's the issue because some cars are like that. Also, make sure. I'll go back to duplicating all this. Make sure, say when you're gonna. I just went in, add a layer. Make sure if you're working on one side, to make sure you're exactly left when you're putting it on. Because I think sometimes that messes with it too. Once you pick that you're left and pick anything, let's just say I'm picking the square, you feel free to move around. I've found sometimes if you say move around here first and then pick your decal, even when you duplicate it on the other side, it sometimes gets messed up. So try doing that and see if it helps some. There are some cars, though, you're right, that are a little off depending on their body shape. So I can't tell you for sure. But try this. Also, that on a tip, if you're doing a symmetrical design, do what I just said with, adding a layer. Again, I'm just going to pick a square. Go to the very end here, the projection range. Align with the camera because you're exactly left right now. Align with the camera. Turn your limit angle all the way up and your depth all the way up. That is sending this square all the way through the car. So it's exactly the same on the other side. Just pretend like it's a box going through the car. So it's there. So if it's going to be symmetrical, it also saves you having to duplicate everything. I did most of these decals up here, most of them, not all of them, doing this. And it almost always will keep them in the right spot then. Almost keeps them in the same spot. Again, there is some weird things sometimes in the livery editor. So I've literally had it not show up perfect even though I did this. So it happens still. If that happens, what I do is I back out the limit angle and the limit depth so it isn't going through, and then I'll duplicate it. And if I have to adjust it a little bit, I will. Because if you keep the limit angle and the depth and then you duplicate it, it could be coming back wrong after that, So if that happens and there's something messed up, I won't do the depth all the way through. But yeah, try and see if that helps. Again, with the limit angle and limit depth, you always want to pick left or right and pick your decal before moving. After you pick your decal, you can move all around and do it. It should, be perfect. But like if you think about it, it's going through the car. So if like you started here and then picked your decal, it's gonna mirror to the back right panel basically, which you don't want if you're looking symmetrically, right? So maybe that'll help. There are some weird funky cars though, so GT7 is gonna GT7, right? Where even is this? Oh, yeah, it's on the side of the car. Because I'll have sometimes where, like, the angle I turned them at on one side looks weird when I duplicate them on the other side. Like, this is a teeny bit off to me, but not a ton that I'm actually going to touch it. Like, you can't tell. Unless you're looking close. You're never going to see it on a track. I get OCD about my liveries, and then after a while I think, dude, you're not going to see it on the track. It's okay. It's okay to let go. That little thing nobody's going to see. Here, Captain, here's the two decals I used. So it's two. I know you were just asking because of trying to figure out how to work that, but exactly. Exactly. They're gonna scuff that part up anyways, right? Somebody's gonna make a mess of that part of the decal, so who cares? So we finished the wing. We just need to do the banner. I didn't do the banner on the other one yet, so I think I'm going to just do the number. The number. Let's duplicate it a couple times so we can finish. Gotta put me on. Bonita. So let's do gold, black, white. Let's do my items. Oops. I'll say this too. I'm going to skew this because, like, these other ones I made for Team Agency Racing, I made these just basic. There was nothing in here for Team Agency Racing. I just made basic lettering, right? I forgot to skew this one, so I'm going to skew it. I will place my logo if I'm going to skew things and then go back into it and try to skew it, because on the left stick, which is where you would modify it, you hold L1 and then you skew with the left stick. When I'm doing it, I'll do the wrong way. See, I just did it again. This way you can back out of your edits and go back in and then choose the right way. There it is. That's just a dumb trick I have to use. Oops. Let's see, do I have Honda stuff? Like a regular Honda. I don't want to be in my items. A regular Honda logo. I don't. The NSX might work. I'm gonna go look. Honda. Just kind of want this. I make everything a little bit smaller, maybe. Just don't like that balance at all. Maybe I put the Honda on the outside. That I'm gonna have to eyeball this one. I just might have to make this smaller. $13 might just be too chunky compared to the other side. Too chunky. Yeah, this is why I do the replace. Is that the way it's supposed to look? I think so. And this time I could have just done the duplicate and replace stuff. This might be too big. I don't know. This isn't a normal way I normally do my windshield banner. Maybe I. Ha! Oh, it's pretty hilarious, Captain, because I was already moving stuff before I got your comment. I was thinking the same thing. This is a little closer to what I normally do, to be honest with you. Although it's not normally. I know you had to be close. And welcome back, Comfy Corner. I normally do stuff a little closer to this, but not exactly the same. If I ever get to the new livery tonight, which it depends on, how slow I do this stuff. It was something kind of like what I was doing before, what their league wants, except with digital numbers. Bitte. Yeah, no, it didn't. It was just the number's too chunky for it. Um, but yeah, they have like an offset going on, and that's why I was kind of going back. I didn't say this, but I had the idea in my head a little bit to inspiration. Not only do I just get inspiration from random things I see. Hey, Auto Joe, what's up, man? How are you doing? Um, I've also gotten inspiration just doing livery competitions or liveries for leagues. I think it's just the skewing messing with me with the 13. And liveries for leagues and stuff because leagues will have specific spots they want stuff or sponsor logos. And then like livery competitions, like I've gotten into some livery competitions on like Discord groups, livery groups, and they'll give you prompts, and so you don't just get to completely free ball it, for better or worse words. You kind of have a prompt to go towards, right? What are the thoughts on? So on the other hood, I left this middle hood not doing the little square fade thing. I kind of just like the idea that the center was just nice and clean. Do I get rid of it on up here too, and then just only leave it on the sides, or do I leave it up here? Like it felt like there was nothing up on the rooftop, which is why I put it there. Sometimes roofs feel a little bare, which is okay. Like it's the roof of the car. You're not staring at that much. But sometimes I like putting something in there just so it doesn't feel plain. But I liked the idea of not having anything straight on the hood here. And I did like this. But I could also see the idea in the head of, you know, having the whole center stripe not have it. I don't know. I liked it here. Talking about this now, I realized I put it here though, this little blue strip. So I kind of got to put one there. So I did put a little bit on the hood. I just only put it on this strip. I don't know. It's funny because I'll get into things like that, and in the end, like, how much does it matter? Who sees it? You know, who sees it and notices it if they see it? That's the super fun part about my overthinking it. You know, and I'm glad somebody enjoyed the free balling it comment. We'll rock with that. All right, I think duplicate that symmetrically. I'm gonna do a little one over here. No, I noticed I didn't put it on the wing either. I do have it on the other car on the wing on the bottom. So let me do that quick, and then I'm gonna do a one over. I think I'm finished with this. Add layer below, and we'll go quickly. It should be quick. Finish up the other GR3. You'll get to see the little minor differences. You'll get to see the minor differences, but see how it kind of looks the same a little bit. Get that symmetrically, and it should go a little bit on the back here. Yeah. All right, let's do a little one over here. Let's just make sure I'm not missing stuff on both sides. Get a little sip of coffee while I'm doing it. I think I'm still going to keep those mirrors gold. Just the pop of color. I kind of like it. I don't know. It's different with the rims. You know what's funny is these like there's so many different colors that look pretty good on this with the rims. This kind of stuff is like where I make sure I didn't forget to duplicate something. Forget a decal I put on the other car. What's that? What's going on here? Oh, I know what that's from. All right. It looked like everything else was good, except this one. I was hoping I would fix it. I'll just make it smaller. That little masking one. Captain, I don't know that you were here when I did the back, but I did a little bit of the same as what you were saying you do with the Shell logo, kind of. I didn't re-put something back in, but I did mask over the top of this logo because I just wanted to make sim racing accessible as a slogan on the back. Which I think now that I did miss one thing. I did put the website underneath in white. I just didn't do the whole logo. All right. I think we got it. Now, take a picture in your head. I know I had a little more gold down this top line. I'm going to put something in there. Whether I need it or not, probably not, but I do have something like that on the other car. And there really isn't gold back here, so we're going to put something thin here. See what it looks like. For some reason, it looks a little off on the angle. Maybe it's fine. We're gonna. Oh, did I not do that? Was dumb. Oh, it doesn't. Dang it! I didn't duplicate it before moving it. What a dumb. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, man. All right. Did I? No, of course I have to redo that. That was dumb. I don't need to duplicate that symmetrically because it goes through. Kind of have this one angled with the number a little bit. There. I don't know if it's needed there. It's probably overkill having it. I was just trying to pull the gold in a little more than just the rims and the mirror. I think I did it better on the other one. I mean, this still looks good, but I was just trying to get that subtlety, especially with the owl logo he has, which is pretty cool. Hey, howdy, rowdy. All right. I think we're gonna rock with that. We got semi-gloss on. I think we got everything. We're gonna save that bad boy. We're gonna save that. We're gonna go take a photographic memory. We're gonna go jump in the group 3 Straighten it out. The group 3 that's really close to this. And I got a few things to finish on that. That one's a lot closer to done. I just have to adjust stuff and do the windshield banner. Are you rage quitting, Rowdy? Be honest. I know you always are. So okay, garage. You can see they're a little different. Like over that front left was really tough to get it the exact same because of how the angle came. So when we get into the car, you'll see I still did that striping, but on the GR4, it's moved a little more forward. And then that back angle thing, there's a little more white by the back rear. Otherwise, they're pretty close. So let's get in it. And let's go finish the windshield banner. Oh, I read that backwards. I'm like, you raised it from mid A to low A? That's not how that works. That means you lowered it. I read that backwards. My bad. Nice. My ult I've been lowering a lot because I haven't been putting times in my ult and running from the back and rate just to like get acclimated to races, and then I don't go set a time, which is dumb. Open design. Let's go here. Let's edit. All right. So yeah, so Rowdy, I started every alt I've ever done. I started and I just did from the back until I got to B, I'd say. And then once I got to like mid B, I needed to start qualifying if I cared. But I don't care on that one. Sometimes I actually want my alt to go back down to B before like GTWS so I can run races. Whenever I'm in GT1, which is all the time now, I can't run races. And my alt is, that's the problem. My alt is GT1 as well. Yeah, so the only difference is really this front fender, a little different just because the angle is way different on here. And so I couldn't get it the exact same. I didn't care. The hood has a little bit different decals in the white section because the vent is in the middle on the group 3. The group 4, there's two side vents. And the side vents would have made this stuff look weird. All these extra black decal and angle pieces would have looked kind of weird over the vent. So we just skipped it. The vent took its place. And then this little section back here. I actually want to be able to read shell a little better now that we're back in here. So this is one decal, though, by the way, Captain. So what we were talking about before is, if I decided to duplicate this, there's no way of doing it. If you duplicate on the other side, the shell's on the opposite side. If you duplicate symmetrically, your lettering is obviously backwards. Pretend like the one that I have there isn't there. So there's no way of doing that. On this car, it's back here instead of up here. I have snap on there instead, just because there's space in both spots. All right, so I have the correct TAR. The only thing I think I have to do the car is put it on the hood where I had it. Probably gonna adjust that size here in a second. All right, Rowdy. You don't want that, so Later, man. All right. So that's good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I forgot I put Advan in the back. I don't need it on the other one. It's fine. It's a little different. It's not going to matter. All right. Let's do this windshield banner, and then we might start something from scratch. Don't need to give her extra reasons, you know? Just the normal ones. Uh, this is on the other side. It's going into the wrong screens here, guys. Hey, Parquet, what's up? How are you this evening? We were just finishing up this livery I already had done. Just had some adjustments to make. And then I might start something from scratch. I don't know that I'm going to finish the one from scratch tonight. Oh. I don't even know if I'll get the idea down. I'll probably get frustrated on stream with not finding something I like. And I'll give up. I'm just kidding. I won't give up. But I also did the. I don't care. I don't care to change it to make it one for one. But I also just realized I did the windshield banner. If you guys don't know this, it took me a lot of liveries to realize or care. But when you're on windshield banner, you can go down here to windshield banner and change your background color. And you can do upper and lower and change the ratio. So I have a white line at the bottom. That's from just doing this. I didn't even know you could change both these colors for the longest time. I always had to stretch a decal across it. So that was fun. That took forever. I'll be honest. It took me forever. And it's not like it's hidden. It's right here. It's right there. But I went with this one over the back and on the rear quarter. I didn't do that on the. I did it. I did it with the angle at this on the GR4, which it feels like everything's a little shorter there, anyways. So. Yeah, I don't know how long it took me to figure that out, but it was longer than it should have, probably. All right, we're gonna do a once over on this one too. You never know what you might see that you missed. Make sure everything's on both sides here. Things don't look too messed up. But yeah, hey, there's two. There's a GR3 and a GR4 with basically the same concept, same feel, minor tweak differences. Kind of a team orders car. Honestly, while we're here, I actually kind of wanted to see. I'm not going to keep this. By the way, watch me go through these colors and how many colors would be sweet with with this. Is like you could put so many different colors. It just looks. It works. It just works. Like you could go in and change that gold to a different color and make like look at so many of these colors just pop. What I wanted to look at was this gold and what it looks like underneath. I might make a version 2.0 for them in the gold. Do this gold And I don't know if it looked better leaving the decals white, or you could make decals black too. The white always pops. Like white always pops. It's just classic. I'm telling you, everything is gonna like. There's so many colors that just look good on this car. Just doing black and black and keeping those things gold is pretty sweet. Like, there's not very many colors I don't think while I'm flipping through these look that don't look good. Um, just so much. I think like everything looks good. You could keep the gold and do a red and gold, kind of a like a maroon and gold type. Looks classic. But yeah, easy switch. I could just go out and this like foresty green with the gold looks good too. That's why I love doing like some of these like this. They look good with anything. You want to pop a color? That don't even look too bad. Anyways, I might do a another color version and just surprise him and give him because like that takes 2 minutes now that I have this. All I do is change that base color and then go through and find all these gold spots and change it to whatever other accent color I want. That takes no time. So I might just surprise him with an extra color just for it. Oh, these I just realized what happened. It changed my side mirror color. All right, so I'm gonna change the side mirror color back because it was gold. This gold down here, this solid gold metallic, and I think I'm gonna keep it like that. I just like that accent, a little bit of pop, a little bit of different with the rims. I'm gonna do this quick too. Like black looks good. White looks all right. White's not my. I think just it might be a little too much white for me, but the white looks all right. I think I did this and I looked at the blue off stream, and the blue looked kind of cool. Forget which one it is, but it's like this one. I like the gold better though, I think, but it doesn't look bad. I think between black and the gold, I still am trying to get that pop of gold color, so I'm gonna keep them gold. But anyways, we're gonna overwrite that, save it. We're gonna back out of this one. Yeah, like just switching between them. It's a new car. It's a simple way to you know. I have before made a car for myself after I've made one for somebody using like I might even do that with this one. Probably not. I have enough other ones that I'll use, but I've done that. I've made my own version, like a breast cancer awareness version after I've done something for somebody else. We want to open design. I want to go look before I create from scratch. I want to go look at this one. If it loads, there we go, it does. This is my own personal one that I use normally. Although I need to change because this is one of those rare cars I forgot to change it to Yokohama. Nice, dude. That's awesome. When you see that, that's awesome. Seriously. Um, Deadeye Devil Boy doesn't really stream much anymore, but one time on YouTube I saw he used for his thumbnail my Jack and Coke livery, and this is before I ever started watching him. So it was super cool. Like I got all giddy. I'm like, dude, you're using my livery and it's in a thumbnail on YouTube, and you're like, you got a bunch of people who sub to you. he hasn't really he hasn't really streamed in a while. Um, anyways, I really liked how. Oh, it was yours though. I'd be like, hey, thanks for using my livery. Don't scratch the paint next time, please. Like, I think I should. Yeah, I'm not gonna just use this one. I wanted to just take this. I wanted to just take this and adjust it, but I'm gonna come up with something. I gotta overwrite this because of those tires. Um, I'm gonna start something from scratch for this next one. It's for somebody again for a league, and I don't like. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll just adjust. Like I'll take one of mine and use it as a template and adjust from there. And I think this is a very simple and cool car to be able to adjust. But I kind of just I don't know. I want to come up with something fresh for him. So no, as I say that, I go into open design like an absolute noob. Um, create. Create from a new design. We have no idea what we're doing right now, folks. Um, I'm winging this. I gotta check my phone real quick. Sorry, guys. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be straight from scratch. I We might see the full struggle of trying to figure out what I want to do. I don't think I'm gonna go overly over the top. I think I'm gonna find. I think I'm gonna find some kind of decal in the game already. Yeah, you might see it. You talked about how you sometimes struggle with creativity, but it's not just you, man. You might see it. Let me go look at. I have some stuff saved in favorites of random stuff I've found that I've kept to just maybe use. But I think I'm going to use some kind of decal that spans a lot of the car that's already there in the game and not do a whole bunch of my own decal making. Like I'll still do stuff, but like let's see. Hey, what's up, Noodle? I asked this in stream one time, but is it Noodle or Noodle? Noodle? Am I saying that right? I'm literally starting something that I have no idea what I'm doing on yet. So I just finished an NSX too. Hey, what's up, everybody? I just finished an NSX too. So Noodle, all right, I I got it now. I asked one time, but then I think I even wrote it out dumb. Like I was trying. It was in chat, so like I couldn't talk to you. It wasn't your chat; it was somebody else's. I think I even did the. I did it like I was like, those aren't even the two ways I'm trying to ask how it's said. Um, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet though. Should have done that from the start. I am not from North Carolina. Story behind North Carolina, other than I do decals that have nothing to do with me sometimes, but that one doesn't. Um, I North Carolina, the Tar Heels are probably the only team I'm a fan of that isn't a Minnesota team, and it all stems from I grew up as an oops. My closest sibling is 13 years older than me. Anyways, they were big Jordan fans in college because they were that much older than me. And so once I was born and the 90s were happening, I became a Jordan and North Carolina fan because of them liking them. And so it just became second nature. So Noodle does. Dude, that's awesome. I'm super jealous. It's something I want to go. Um, yeah, so like I'm not as hardcore as people in North Carolina. I mean, you guys in Tobacco Road and like it's hardcore out there. But I have been a pretty big fan my whole life. I haven't watched a ton of games this year because we fully cut the cord this year, and getting games a lot harder that way. I've been keeping up for the most part, so I'm not missing a ton. But it's just a year like that. I don't remember which one I used this one. I think. Let's see if this one lines up with it. Does not line up at all. What if we not the right way? All right. Not worried about the back because I will probably just block some of that off or throw a different decal there. Still very undecided. Hey, hey, Papa, 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 Papa. How's it going? Bright, and I'm sure there's probably stuff in the game I could use. Probably. Papa, we are doing pretty well. We're just getting started on new livery. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this on stream or not. I finished two liveries up before this one, so we're literally at the beginning of my creative process and no idea what I'm doing right now. This is the full process at hand of I didn't go in with an idea, but I'm making a livery for somebody, so um why do I just did that backwards. Yeah, man, you know, we'll see what happens, you know. It's for me. Honestly, I'll be upfront because I've already been talking about my creative process and in places I randomly pull things from out driving when I'm taking my kids to school or whatever. Um, Sometimes, even if I have an idea, I go into it and the things in my head don't come out on the car and I scrap it. So, Noodle, you're not wrong. Because sometimes you go into things and you're just like, you think you got a great idea. I think I do want to. All right, Captain Howdy. Thanks for stopping in again tonight. I appreciate it. Appreciate the chatting. Um, Yeah, I've been there. Oh, excuse me. You know, on the candy, oh, the one thing I hate about the candy metallic, it's great for doing liveries that you want that bottom base to pop. But using fades on it, some colors just hate it. Black hates it. Like it makes it like silver, which is not what I'm looking for. White's fine because it looks like silver anyways, but just check out how this changes. I'll put the black on there. Let me go change to chrome. Chrome. This is black, so obviously you don't see it as much because it's actually black. And if you duplicate it on top, you'll start seeing it more. But for some reason, the candy metallic just loves making it look like it's white and silver. Anyways, just one little annoyance while I'm working through stuff here. Because I was gonna flip it and see what it looked like if I did the white low or the white decals down here. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this fade on here or not. We'll keep going with it. Let's try to get this angle here. This angle while I go back to my favorites and styles. I'm working basically with red, black, and white. I mean, those are classics, so it's nice. Like, all of these are kind of the same. Looks a little too different, though, once you actually get it here. One day I literally need to just sit here and actually comb through and organize my stuff. Man, my stuff is not organized right now. It bugs me when I'm streaming because I can't find my stuff as quick. When I'm not streaming, I don't care. I don't need to find stuff quickly. We're gonna keep that for now. I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm gonna keep going. See if I want to go back. Sometimes you just got to keep going. Sometimes you just got to keep going because like when you get to the point of putting on sponsor decals and stuff, it can make a car look completely or feel completely different. And I might get rid of the fade completely. We'll see. Um, these were duplicated, so I did not make sure to turn up the angle on this. You got to turn that angle up. On the other ones, I didn't have to worry because I sent them straight through the car, so the angle and the depth are way up. But make it feel a little bit like they're lined up. You can, if you feel like it, look down at the same angle, make them the same size, and line them up exactly. Or sometimes, if you're just feeling like it, you just this is, if CC's still here, free ball it. I got to use that 2 times in one night, which is what I'll do. I don't always. Sometimes I want it lined up exactly. Sometimes when it's like a splash type, when it's like a splash like wrap decal like this, like I don't care as much about being exactly because it's like splashed on there. Like it's kind of like an art in that form. Like it's just splash. You just go with the flow. I can't believe I got to use free balling twice in one night though. I've never used that in stream before. I'm gonna mask off a couple of these spots though. All right. Oh, let's see. We're just gonna black out the rest of that hood. I might get rid of the fade completely and just use the white as a sponsor pop color. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. A long way to go here. Um, that's fine. Rest of here is fine. That's fine at the back. Let's figure out what we're gonna do past here. Ooh. That's why I wasn't worried about the back for now. So I'm going to do something with the back anyways once we get there. Then a decision to keep the whole top. This one, I'm sorry, is not Warzone. I got a specific league livery. It is for. I got to remember that too, which I can make those decals fit everywhere. I do got to remember the requirements though. So I think the wing has to be black, which is fine. A total black wing on here is gonna look. It's gonna look perfect anyways. If it was my own livery, I might do something a little. Like I might put this splatter on there a little bit, but it's a league livery, so they have a couple things I got to abide by. I got to go recheck. I got to go double check. So we got, yeah, it's got to be a black. Got to be a black wing. That's totally cool. Because I'm going to make this stuff semi-gloss, probably because I'm doing the candy paint. Normally with the candy paint, I'll do semi-gloss. I'm gonna. You can do the paint, obviously, right, where you're painting the body parts black. I'm gonna do it here because that'll keep it glossy if I do it there. If I do this, it's a decal now over the paint. Um, let's see, collection. They're on page 2 already. Dang. I gotta remember to put some of the stuff on though right away, just to make sure the stuff I am randomly throwing on there is going to work with everything. Um, Always make sure to hit that negative angle. Otherwise, you're gonna bleed over. Always make sure with the American flag we duplicate that symmetrically on the opposite side. Last thing on the wing, and I won't have to touch the rest of the wing. Oops. You know I wanted to say free ball in one more time. We're going to make sure to go and add. Sorry, I should probably do this first. We're going to make sure to go and hit this with my standard, putting that sugar shuffles on there. It's the one spot I always hit. Because everybody who runs these liveries is going to be up front and they're all going to see that wing. That's why it goes in the back. So everybody behind them is going to see that wing. Because if you get a Sugar Shuffles livery, it's going to take time off. All right. I'm going to go ahead right now. So if I'm looking down, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead right now and look up some of these. I want to put these things on, and I'll just work under if I need to. Let's see. Rectangle number plate is 30%. So it is. They made their own. Like they didn't put the decal in the game. They chose this rectangle. If you ever do stuff like this, and it's for a league or something specific, and they say 30%, you can obviously scale it with the right stick. But you can also, when you're in here, press triangle. And if you want to get it exact and not have to mess around getting it 30 and 30, you can go and change your vertical and horizontal ratio instead of having to try to mess with the scale. What are the colors again? Gotta look at this thing here quick. Come on. Why is Discord like this? Okay, so it's a white one, which I should have done this first. Align with camera, angle it through. I don't know if they'll be mad about. Anyways, next one, 29. So we'll get that exact 29. Is underneath. Why that? Did I skew it at any point? Why did it? It looks skewed. Gosh. Just annoying little things. All right. They had. They want. Let's actually. No. Got to put these little stickers. Stickers at the top. For what league they're in. We need a Honda manufacturer logo on the bottom. And voila, that's what they wanted for the number boards. Let's duplicate that on the other side. Same with this. Make sure it kind of came over correctly. Looks good. All right, that's that. They wanted. I don't even know the best spot to. I think up here will work, I guess. They wanted this logo for a sponsor for their league. This one. Up here. I don't know if they had a size. I hope they didn't have a size thing because this doesn't really have a great spot up there to put it on this car. I said 20%. Hey, Henry, what's going on? I said 20%. This is 19 and not like. And it looks all right. There's not a lot of space here. Like I can put it in. It just gets narrow there, and that vent kind of messes with stuff. And then over the fender, they're gonna have to deal with it. This is about as good as it can get. The only thing when leagues have specific spots to put stuff is sometimes they don't always work great with cars. Like there's also, I say under, there's all right. They also say use your best judgment because every car is going to be different. So let's go get this logo. They also want this one under the the headlight. There's no spot under the headlight. you could do down here, but it'd look funky and it'd be small. They said use your best judgment, so I'm thinking up here. Probably the best bet. That's probably our best bet. What else before we keep going are things that are non-negotiables. Um, Flag. Henry, we've been talking about free balling it all night. If you have anything to add, you've been missing out. They literally said flag on the hood 50%, but like all the flags are different sized, so that's a best judgment thing too, I think. You know, it's why I don't promise things, Henry. The funny thing about the camera is you can only see here and up. So I don't know. I don't know. All right, back to these things. I'll move on with the actual livery here once I get these random things in. Okay, simulator logo around the headlights where possible. Front, left, and right quarter panels. Okay, the rear. Yeah, that is very. Yeah, I think you're right. Mm, 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 mm. You know, I believe it. I believe you're telling the truth. All right. No, 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 no. Don't ruin my imagination, Henry, by saying that. That's so rude. Just ruined everything. All right, which logo is it? This one. It's this one, and they say they want it 60%. So the red decal I put on there is supposed to match that pro or whatever color they get into. It's supposed to be a rear banner. Okay. I think the only thing left is the windshield banner, and then I can just get on with getting on. I've just died this morning and she's dead. She's dead. Gotta figure out where the decal is though. Oh, there it is. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. All right, let's see. So they want it over here. They want a manufacturer logo here. And they want a name. Let's see if I can find them. They want a name over there. So that's what they want as their non-negotiables. That's what they want as their league. They have sponsors and stuff. I'm not running this league. I just know people who are running it. And yeah, they have sponsors and stuff and have been getting sales for stuff to give away. like rigs and stuff, I think. I don't know. I'm part of the Discord. I only half pay attention. I pay attention to the livery stuff I need to pay attention to. So we're gonna keep rolling with this. You know, the more white accents I add for logos and stuff, the more I might keep that fade. I might lighten it up or bring it down or make it more transparent. But I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. My next decision is up here. Do I want to fill that whole thing in, or do I want to do what we've been doing, but the opposite? Leave a little pop of red on top. I don't know yet. We're going to see what it looks like. Are the fees going up? Are the fees going up? I can always just mask over this and keep it. So I might keep it, let it see how it feels. I'm actually going to delete this. So one thing I do want to do, I want to stretch it as much as I can without getting it down there. You can see it right down here. I want to stretch it as much just to kind of match how far that was stretched out. I purposely did want it heavier here with the black because I'm not bringing it up here. It's just kind of, it'll balance it out a little bit because it's full black on the hood. I left it open here in case I want to keep bringing it down, which I'm going to duplicate this one. Kind of faded off. And then, like I said, the back we're gonna probably right here is just where I'm gonna fill in and let the rest go. It kind of is gonna work out perfect, I think, back there. So it could. This spot feels a little naked. Henry, does it feel a little naked? Other than that, I like the way it kind of flowed up into the back. And I don't think that's a big, huge deal. I can maybe try to find something to fill in there. I think I'm going to work on the decals first. And then we're going to let this the top of this car sit for a while, decide if I still like that. Sometimes I got to keep going, see how I feel about it. I also wonder. Where's this back quarter panel? Where are you? There it is. Let's see. What page are these things on nowadays? The bottom of page 1. Do, 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 do. To come back and revisit which way I like the colors better later too. Once we figure out placing everything else. I can't remember what page I saw this on. Bottom of page 1? I'm rather unique. Oh, let's see on the hood. Pretty sure I have an inside, so I can flip the colors somewhere. There's only one thing with these two colors, though. Might have to use, or I just do white. Let's see what this looks like, though. Oops. It's funny. I made these decals and like I can bring them in smaller to have them exactly how they fit, but they fit like that while I was making them. So I don't understand why that happened when I brought them into the game. I don't know. Like the goat instinct looks, the wording looks good in white and black. The GI almost gets lost, which I don't want it to get lost. We could just do a solid and get rid of this. It's a little skinnier. I don't know, I'm gonna have to sit on that for a while too. And the red looked okay, but it's not gonna be anywhere else. So, all right. I gotta go and find one of. Let's see. The other deliveries I did for them. What sponsors I put on there to make sure everything's cool. Yeah, I gotta sit on it. That is what I said. Actually, let me mask off the back before I forget about this. H to the ISO. H to the ISO. V to the ISO. I keep going into the wrong pages. This is going to be a problem everywhere where I want to use some of these. Do I rock this other red? That isn't going to be the same. Or white on black. I mean, white on black looks good too. Or the outlined red. See, the outline red isn't as pronounced, so you don't notice the difference from the, glossy as much. I keep doing my items. That's where I want it. That door is kind of in my way. Yeah, we might change that. Like, I think I might just, if I do the white and black here, by the way, hi, Lewis. I think I just need to, it's thinner on this logo. I might just have to duplicate a couple times underneath. I think I can make it work. I mean, it matches these league ones that have to be on there. They're white outline, black inside. So, all right. Hate how this is all on the door a little bit though. Kind of annoys me. Like that underside of the door is kind of annoying on that Fanatec, but it'll work. Let's do this. Let's throw it. Let's go back to this. Let's. To represent me. These are probably in my collection somewhere. But I mentioned earlier, I need a big overhaul of my collection and how bad it's organized right now. It's so bad. My favorites aren't being used. I gotta. This is what I want, I think. I'm gonna actually go look for them. I have 37 pages of a mess right now. It needs. I wish I could pay somebody to organize this right now. Honestly, I wish I could pay somebody to just go on here and delete them all, and I'll just start over. Even though there's stuff in here I want to use at some point. I thought I had Advan ones in here. On the first couple pages. Oh, here they are. Ah, they're white. I want. No. All right. I did all that for nothing, guys. It's just a pure fail. I wanted something like this. Keep it that white outline, black logo type look. Let's see if I keep that or not. Collection. Please tell me one of these is white and red. Beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect. I gotta let this sit and breathe too. I think I'll let that sit for a little bit too. Honestly. Not my items, it's in favorites. It's this one. Hey, this is the perfect thing to relax to, man. It's a perfect thing to relax. You just, I can put you to sleep. If I do that, then might still want that white though. Lewis actually touched a little bit on this before. Hey, Nugs. Nugs, I haven't. I apologize up front. I haven't made a stream since, but congrats to your Eagles. It hurts me to say because as a Vikings fan, it's tough cheering for the Eagles. But congrats, man. Um, Lewis, I touched on this a little bit before. This thing right now, this is off the cuff. I didn't have an idea in my head at all. I went and pulled a decal and started working on it. I appreciate it, Nugs. And I touched on it because sometimes you go into these things having an idea, you start putting it on there, and you're like, God, this is garbage, and you start over. Um, Sometimes the ideas do pay. I do sometimes go in with an idea. I also sometimes wing it. I'm winging it right now. Other than I had to put this is for a league, so I had to put this the number stuff. There's a couple sponsors on here I had to put on there. I might make that one over the. I know we want this big because it's one of the league decals. I might make it a little smaller. Move it back. uh, yeah, yeah. There's a line, you know. Yeah, that too. Lewis, you know why you came in when I was complaining about this. My collection has is that 37? I don't know. It's behind the number watching right now. I have pages of just stuff that needs to be organized because I'm out looking for something and then I find something I'm like that's I like that decal. I might use that, but I don't know if I'll find it again. And so I put it in here. And and then they get lost. I want to organize because favorites is a cool spot. You can take stuff from your collection or when you're out searching for stuff, you can put it in favorites. Think of favorites as folders, basically. And you can have folders of stuff. Like I have YouTube. I got a styles one, which is random stuff I've pulled that I've thought would be something I might use. I've used some of these. I have team ones for people I do team stuff for at times. I have cancer ones for any of my awareness liveries that I do pretty often. I need to get these or stuff in my collection organized because, like you said, you're out searching for something. You might see something and like it, but maybe it doesn't fit. Right, Ozzy? It gets bad. I have so many pages. I don't know what's in here anymore. It needs to be done. I need to I need to get through it. I just need to do it. All right. What else do we want to add throughout here? Like because the base paint is busy, I don't want to busy up sponsors too much, you know? I want to add in I think we'll add it in up here. Go look at what I have here. Some Michelin stuff cuz they use Michelin as their tire. That you have to put the Michelins on. I don't know that I want it that big though. Move it maybe. Dude, I was thinking, Lewis, of having fart and then a cloud of dust behind it, like shooting out. Um. Anyways, I do a. I don't create a ton of stuff myself because I'm not very good with that. Oops, not duplicate. I can do basics just because I don't have the programs to kind of do some of the stuff. Like I probably have the ability if I had the programs and learn them. Like I have that creativeness in me. I do have though like, oops, right here my items. So I do have some stuff, basic stuff I've done. Um, I think my proudest stuff. Oh, it's just like some logos that I found that came out pretty cool. Where's the Timberwolves one I did? The Twins one came out okay. This old school Timberwolves logo came out really cool. I was able to do myself. I didn't draw it, but I got a file. I had to edit it to get it down a lot, so I was pretty proud that I got it to come out. Some beer ones. Um, Captain, who was here earlier, said he noticed my North Carolina logos. Where are they? But I haven't drawn out too much of my own stuff. I do stuff. Here they are. I do stuff out of. Oh yeah, big ticket, man. I do stuff out of Inkscape. So like, I'll take photos and you convert them into SVGs, and then from there you got to get them down in size. Sometimes you have to adjust stuff. Sometimes you have to free draw stuff. Um, yeah, I put some stuff in. Normally it's basic. This was not basic. I just so happened to find a file that was really small that somebody already did, and I just got lucky. I got lucky. Anyways, I've missed some chatting, so that's right. Cece, uh you got a computer you're playing on now. Yeah, yeah. No, sometimes less is more. I've said this on my streams before, but my style normally, like where I started from, was clean lines, placing sponsor decals in nice spots that just look clean and nice. I've kind of branched out and I've done some stuff that gets a little more busy. I try to pride myself on when it's busy, still making it look as clean as it can. Sometimes I go overboard. Sometimes I don't know when to stop, but dude, you know what's funny is I like being organized, Luis, and I'm not on here because it takes so much time on here. Um, I'm a pricing analyst, so nothing to do with any of this. I spend a ton of time in spreadsheets, and I got to be way more organized than what I am here. I just, it takes like I want to create. Like I want to when I get on here, I want to. I know, right? I want to create and just go after it, right? So I like being organized because I like finding my stuff, but I don't have the time to do it because I want to do this. It's like when I do dailies too. I can't grind time trial forever because I just want to go race. I'll grind it for a little bit and then I'm like, I can't anymore. I want to go race. And so I'll start further in the pack because I want to race. That's why I like GTWS. Henry. I like GTWS because like I can grind long enough to become consistent on a track, and so qualifying a format like that is fun because it's not going out there and having to go forever getting your best time. All right, let's finish up some things here. I wonder what Because there's another section down here. Yeah, I know it's funny. I have nothing to do with really using creativity like this in my day to day. I did go to school to be in marketing and do something within that. And at the time, when I don't know, I hate this about the NSX. Um, I thought it might be like in a sense more digital slash like physical marketing where you see stuff to use that creativity. But once I got out of school, I didn't really find positions in that. Like I just went to a college of business within our school, so I hate how it's the whole thing because I just want the. Let's try to make this work, huh? I just want the splitter. Might have to look at it a different way. I mean, we can make this work too. It's probably good enough. Yeah, and that's the other thing because I didn't have a lot of other outlets that I really used that. Um, when I was in school, there was a couple semesters where like you only had so many classes. Like I only had so many classes left for my major because just how it landed. I actually ended up taking a few art classes just to fill a little bit of time. And that was the last time I really like I painted and stuff like that. Like my wife is always like, "Why don't you do that more in your free time?" I'm like, "This is what I do. Like this is the way I like using that outlet." I don't know. It's weird. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this, and I have to do all of this just because I don't want the whole front end to be white. I want that all to be black. Nice, nice. Like there's so many times I see stuff and I'm like, God, that'd be really cool to do. I just, I it's like an investment to get into some things that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna go anywhere with it that I or not. But yeah, I've always kind of there's older NASCAR games I did liveries into. I've always just enjoyed. I don't know. We'll leave it. Maybe it'll all change once I start looking at the rims. And the white might be too much, and I'm gonna want that all black, which is fine because everything I mask I can change to black. It's that easy. So that wasn't all a waste of time, I don't think. Although right now it feels like a little bit of a waste of time. But oh, I think there might be one thing I might have missed, or maybe not. And go back to that Discord group. Um, oh no, I didn't miss anything. Sorry. wonder if I'd rather add something like that down here. Let's see. Ozzy, I have sent pictures to somebody or a Discord group, looked at the pictures, and if I take pictures, normally they're shared liveries. Saw something where I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I don't know that I want to hear. And yeah, I hate it. I'll take a picture, and it's not until the picture that I see it. It definitely comes from pain, Lewis. I don't like it over there. We'll just keep that space open. It's happened, and it sucks. Whoops. I, I'm going to keep saying comments like this when I'm doing livery streams. I'm going to lead off with, I've said this before, but I've said this before. I am OCD over things that nobody else probably sees. So 100%, you're 100%. But yeah, that's all real. 100%. I have taken pictures, I've shared stuff. Oops, not a replace. Just gonna. It's, yeah, it's pain. I'm gonna look up real quick. They had some other. They didn't mention that you have to put these sponsors on, but they have other things in the league that were sponsors. Sponsor corner. And I'll use those sponsors because these guys, who I'm making this for, doesn't care. Oh, I laugh because I've done stuff like that. So don't ever take me laughing at that in the wrong way. GTR Simulator, I already have that logo. I can maybe just put it on again. Let's see what it looks like on the side here. That is a funny way to have it happen, though. Just wake up and be like, oh no, that was a mistake. I just had one recently. I just had one recently where I don't know if I'm going to keep that. Where I had, and this happens sometimes in racing, anyways. But like when I'm making my own, I don't like doing it. I always put like Advan and Yokohama on my car, and I always do those tires to match. And I've posted and shared ones without changing the tires. I'm like, damn it. In this case, oh, I did that already. I have Advan on here, guys. Gotta replace these Advan ones. It's a good thing we're talking about it. This league puts Michelin tires on. You technically can do Advan. But I don't want to. I'm not going to clash putting Michelin here and Advan there. That I'm not. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I got to replace those. Man, I like the Advan ones up here too. The red and black and white work perfect with what color. Well, there those go. These I'll replace and just do something more boring and generic. Let's see. Just the white on white. It's a good thing we're talking about it because I would have. Why do I have two of the same exact? But I do have the GT3 on here at least for that, so I didn't screw that up. All right. Dang it. Let's do I had just thought of what I wanted to just put something like let's go look through Honda. If there's anything fun in here. So it's on black. On black. Black is my background. I could use. Yeah, when it comes to GTWS, I don't care. I know it's always Michelin on there. I don't care. I literally that you know that happens in some racing leagues though. Like cars have some sponsors that clash a little bit, and it's fine. Um, there's just cases where you try not to. But yeah, GTWS, I don't give a rip. I'm putting Advan all over my car. What was I gonna do this? I'll just use these instead, I guess. I like that Advan logo up here, but so be it. Okay. White. You can. They do just throw it wherever. You're not wrong. Everything else I'm doing black. Black though. So I don't like the white inside. Yo, Sheldo. You can, by the way. You might know this, Ozzy, but if you're in your car that you're painting, say for GTWS, I believe if you put this number on, I believe. Oh, thanks, Sheldo. I didn't know you weren't yet, so I appreciate it. I think this one is where it's placed, but not positive because I don't normally do GTWS specific liveries. I did for BMW this year, and it did work that way. I put it here when I was making my livery, and when they put the number board on, that was where it was. I'm not sure if it works like that on every car. It worked on the BMW because I just wanted to use my Johnny Walker livery, so I had to make a GTWS version where I brought the Johnny Walker back, and it worked. I know. I don't either. I wish you could choose where to put it. But hey, how are you doing, Sheldon? Um, honestly, if I just focus, I'd be done with this thing by now. I don't. I'm gonna go look from. I kind of want. Ah, nice, nice. I used to watch. I used to watch UFC. Not so much anymore. Had its day with me. I'll just do something in full white. Man, I'm so disappointed. I liked I liked that um I like that Advan logo up here. It's because it was the exact color combo I wanted. Yeah. Well, and it's hard to carry it over too because there's so much red. The red doesn't pop like the white because there's so much more red. I also don't like the red's different because you can't use candy color. The only reason I looked at it is because I the white pops, and I want to make sure we don't for Goat Instinct. I'm not losing the visibility of seeing their logo, which is why I wanted the white. And you can't do the black underneath. You could just do white, but then I don't know. It's a little more boring. I like having the outline one, but I could just use the inside. But I think it doesn't. You don't really lose it enough. What up? All right. Hey, Neon. Good morning, sir. I think the black it works on here, and then it kind of goes the whole way, right? So, I think it works, and I think I'm gonna rock with this. I think we'll rock with that one. I'm mad about that Advan one. I'm so glad Ozzy said something. You didn't say it specifically for that, but I started talking about it and I caught it. So that's cool. All right, let's. I'm cool with that on the other side. I liked having the red in there. Just that little bit of red. I wonder. I'm gonna try this and it's really dumb. It's just totally not worth it. Because it's not the same logo to actually get it to line up. It does line up. It's not even really needed, but whatever. It's not anywhere else. I'm not gonna. I don't need to all that stuff in there. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I gotta focus myself. Mobile phone. Tat 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 tat. That's the way it is. Hey, Edward. I just feel like there's too many going that way. I just was worried about losing the wording in here, which you kind of do. All right, Ozzy. If you come back on demand where you left off, I gotta fix that little spot right there. Uh, it should be done. I hopefully will have it done here. You don't have to, but if you are invested in needing to see it done, I should get it done eventually tonight. I don't really know if I want the square. Doesn't really go with the style using that too much, so I'm not gonna use that here either. That's just the way it is. Do 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 do. Some things will never change. And eventually it'll be shared out there, so you can always. I share everything under Sugar Shuffles for the most part, and then whatever other tags are needed. What was I gonna do here? We're gonna try. You know what? The Honda racing part just. I want to use black underneath with the white outside. Can I find just this? I'm going to put it in white for now. Don't know if this is going to work. We're winging this. They're not the same decal. They're technically different decals because the same person didn't make them. Is it close enough? I think it's close enough. And I have this already. All right. All right. Let's go to the back. Let's do. Look where my areas are again here. Get that goat instinct. On the back, nice and big. Know who you're following. I wonder if I do. What do we got for options? Anything fun? I don't know what to use there. How about we got colors that would work? It's kind of a long sponsor though. Maybe just do something small in the back. Not really going to see it much, but All right. Do I want these side mirrors red? Pop a white or sleek black? Probably black. Whoops. Delete that. Let's make sure we wrap that around it, because otherwise it gets all funky. There. Change this to that semi-gloss. I know I need to go down here to the bottom layer. I think I'm going to keep this look. I do, however, I didn't bring it all the way up here. I randomly threw this on there. I kind of like the way it came out. Let's go back to this fade. Do I want it a little bit less, though? A little less prominent. I think I might want it a little less. Let's go and go back to this paint. Check out these wheels. I mean, that white ain't gonna look bad. The red don't look bad either. Ain't terrible. Let's see if we do white, silver. Silver's not on the car, but silver always looks a little classic, right? That silver chrome. Black always looks menacing. I don't know. What do y'all think? If I go black, I can change the side skirt and the front splitter and stuff to black. It might look better. If I stay white or chrome or something, the white looks, I think, fine on the side skirt and stuff. And the red looks all right too. This is, I would use the exact red of the livery, but I don't know. Do I keep that white? Is the question here. Do I keep? Yeah, let's put that on white. So the white might be too much, like with the rest of the black. I don't know. The white looks good with the side skirt part, but that black might look better if I change everything to black. And the red looks all right. Which one do you like better, Edward? Black? Honestly, I don't think many of them look bad. I gotta go see something here. Decals. Well, now I'm screwed. Can't go back. I just realized something while doing this. That little red section shouldn't be there. So we're going to cover that up real quick. Plus, I can't paint that back wing, can I? I'm actually gonna bring it up to there. That's kind of annoying, right? Yeah, this can't paint that at all. I wish I could paint just that bottom, like, arrow carbon piece. But you can't. A lot of times it's under other. I'm just going to do this quick. I can change all these back. I want to see what it looks like in black. This is like a. You guys can time the. Put me on a stopwatch. It takes like 15 seconds. It loses a little bit of pop, right? Am I wrong? Like sometimes it feels like the white's too much, but then you do it all black and it kind of looks like that pop's gone a little bit. Like this is clean. I don't know, these are the kind of dumb last second decisions that I start making and debating on. I hope GTA 8 has the option to select 9 decals and change the color of all of them in one shot. Oops, I'm not even in the right spot. Here's where I want to go to. While we have it sit here, I think I'm pretty set. These maybe. Seemed a little off center to me. I feel pretty confident in where all of these are placed, so I'm gonna put these on the. Again, one of those things I've mentioned plenty of times, but I like doing decals on one side of the car before flipping them over to the other. Oops. Just so I can get spacing right if I'm adding and adjusting. So I don't have to adjust on both sides of the car. I gotta decide on this too. Like I want to make sure it sticks out. I don't have ones that are the borders on them. And I think the white, yeah, we're keeping it white. I want to make sure his name isn't lost. I did that earlier. I was just. Oh, sponsor corner. Okay. I did look through everything. Hey, Luna. Last night my dog tried to come and say hello to everybody, and now it's the cat. Should we do it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah. She doesn't really like being picked up, though. It's Luna. But she doesn't like being picked up, so we'll put you back down. She will jump up onto laps, but she doesn't like being picked up. Last night, Cooper got his time to shine. Now it's the cat. Wow, Liberace. It's all good. I think I'm going to do just small stickers of... Cooper is nowhere to be found. I think he's upstairs right now or something. Otherwise, I'd bring him back. We're going to put these league decals on here. Just to fill a little bit of space. I don't know. It doesn't need anything back there, but it also feels like it could use something at the same time. Which would be funny if he makes this red goes perfect. It's a different red, but it goes perfect with this car. If he makes a different league, they have different colors like yellow or blue. It won't go as well, but so be it, right? Can't do anything about that. All right, let's go to body 2. I don't think there's anything to do on this. I think we're good. Side mirrors. We could nobody but me will see these. Nobody but me will see these, but rear wing. Whoa, buddy, I've never actually had my logo must be bigger than normal. I've never had it bleed through, although it can, so I'm glad I checked. Windshield banner, there's not much freedom on that. That is what it has to be. There's one thing. This hood, I can actually throw this red accent, or white accent. Why did I say red? Do you know your colors? Because I don't. Little white accent up there. Which works nice. Like I left space right here, and sometimes I'll move that Fanatec logo back there, but like the way the panel is, it makes stuff look funky on it. And I think I'd just rather leave it open. Maybe I'm overthinking this. That's probably what I'm doing. Whoops. Sometimes you don't find that next level idea unless you try it. If I could adjust this the correct ways. Like, is that too much adding white? I don't know. It fills the space. Oh, I forgot it's over here too. Then back here is black. No, we're just gonna. That's that overthinking thing. Just leave it. It's fine. It can have open space. I just sometimes hate the way the logo looks if you move it over. Probably actually looks okay. Last second decision. Guys, why do you guys let me do stuff like this? Just say, hey, RJ, it's fine. All that talk, and I think it looks fine on the uh, panel. I think that looks fine on the panel. I just freaked out about it for no reason. All right, all right, all right. Keep your head up. We done? We done. I think we're done. I think that looks all right. I think I'm gonna rock the red rims. I think I might give Ryder his option if he wants to change them because I don't think any of them look bad. They all look good for different reasons. The white pops with the trim, but it might go a little too white. Black's always gonna look good, even on cars that don't really have black. Like it's just a classic color. Your black rims, your silver rims. Like, but I think it works because there's so much red on the side of the car. I got that semi gloss. Let's that made my face real white. Well, Octane, it's not far off from what I've done for you. I use different decals on yours, but it's kind of the same concept. Got all those different weather settings. You really see that shine when it's cloudy out. There is no, by the way, if you're wondering, there's no numbers here because technically they get their numbers for this league after qualifying, in what spot they qualify in each league. So I put numbers on the other ones I did for this league, but they're just temporary. I figured why even put them on this one. And I might have to change his name maybe. He has a number. So if they want a different name, I can change that, but I'm not going to worry about that. You know, guys, I didn't save this whole time. So let's see. Name it Goat, Instinct, F. I think it's only FOR, but I put an L at the end in all the other ones. So, Rider. Save that. I'm going to go out, take a couple photos. I'll take a couple photos in here too, just for in case they need to approve it through the league. Give them just standard pictures. How do you want it? How do you feel? This is when I spot things, by the way. I start taking screenshots and I'm like, oh, that. And then I'll have all these dumb screenshots in my share folder. Just one last save. And then I'm going to go take a couple showcase ones. It looks so nice when it's in the garage. Like you can't even get some of these the way it shines, even when you're changing the colors or the weather. It looks so much different when it's in here. I love watching them when they're in here. That shine compared to the semi-gloss paint on the decals. All right, gonna go to showcase. Gonna go to showcase here quick. Why? Stop. Take a couple of the classic photos so I can send them over to Ryder. How do you want it? This is the wrong spot. And then after I take these, I might be done for the evening, I think. Let's see. My library. I have a couple shots I've taken. And you can, if you save, by the way, escapes. Like, I have this just standard for just normal picture taking. You can open that saved one, and you can take out the car that's in there and just replace it. You delete the selected car, place a new car. So if you get a basic shot you like, you can do that. It's kind of cool. Let's turn those low beams on. Kind of looks cool. Then all your settings are there. I don't do a lot of things. I learned this exact almost shot from GT Jesse. He talked about using this, and he did like this exact almost shot where it's dark in the back, light in the front, kind of where you're going to take your photo from. And I kind of just copied that, and it's just my basic finish a livery touch of the car that I do on a lot of my liveries. Not all of them. A lot of them I just the old screenshots I did before with the white background is what I use. Take a screenshot of that. And then let's go back to the car and rotate 180. Take a photo from the rear if Henry's still there. Maybe he's still lurking. Screenshot that guy. Like, this is where I see things. Nobody else is going to care at all. But the weather tech and the angle, that W comes a little bit over and it's just angled a little different than the angle at the back. Like, I kind of wanted it under where it angles down into that back vent. The kind of stupid things I see that I'm like, oh, do I change that? I still, when I put that white spot on there and then deleted it, I should have moved it up and maybe done black over this back panel. Just because it got a little light there. It looks fine, but it got a little light there. I'm not going to overthink it. I say I'm not going to overthink it. I'm already overthinking it, but I'm not going to think it over more. Just glad I finally finished one on stream. Normally I stop way too quick for that, so I'm going to go and grab. I'm actually going to use the one thing I hate when you stream direct. I know Comfy Corner. It was the best. The one thing I hate when I stream direct is I don't know that I can put a thumbnail up before it goes live. Like, so I always do thumbnails afterwards just so it looks a little bit more neat on my page, on my channel. So I'm gonna use the screenshot of the new car as my thumbnail that's gonna go up as soon as I'm done. But yeah, that is Sugar Shuffle's livery right there. I need to go and see, how did I do this thumbnail last time? Just to keep it uniform. Oh, hey. McNaughty 24 hours, huh? You guys, I'm going to finish up here in the next 5 minutes. I'm just kind of doing my Minnesota goodbye. It looks like McNaughty's got a little 24-hour thing going on here. He's not running 24 hours, but he's in a race, and it looks like he's streaming it. So if you feel like it, make sure to go to that link. That's McNaughty. And tell him I sent you, even though most people here know who McNaughty is. Probably already subbed to McNaughty. Tell him anyways that the big timer sent you. Yeah, tell him. And then tell him to get in the BMW. So I'm going to head on over there probably too. I actually just opened this page. I was doing something though, guys. This is what I was doing. You can make fun of me for my scatterbrain, but livery chill and chat. That's what it was. All right. So that was another chill and chat. That was a good time. Thank you guys for stopping in. CC, stay comfy. Octane, thanks for hanging out and lurking. Warzone, and if you're still there. Everybody else who's here and chatting. Edward, all the way from people who are already gone. I'm sorry if I'm not listing you right now, but like CC just said, squirrel. Uh, that's basically what I am. So Sheldo stopped in, Ozzy, Neon for a little bit, Lewis. Let's go way back. We all know Henry and his dirty mind was here. Nugs, Noodle. I already said Warzone was here. Captain Howdy was here for a while. Sunflower Girl was here for a bit. Papa stopped in. So yeah, everybody who stopped in, if I missed you, it was a good time. Until next time, peace. I'll see you in some other chats.